Hi guys, it's Mark here from Brave Auto. I'm sitting in something very special. Okay, I'll first tell you what it is, and then I'll tell you why it's special. It's a 1990 Nissan Skyline GTS-4. So it has the RB20 turbo engine, 5-speed gearbox, all-wheel drive. It's a sedan. It's done 68,000 Ks and it's in pearl white. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, they ain't special. Well, they are getting harder to find. But anyway, this vehicle was up at USS Ninja and it was grade 4, and I went to USS Ninja on Wednesday for a meeting, and I thought I'd go and have a look at it while I was there. I went and had a look at it, and the thing was just, you had to see it to believe it. So I had a customer in the US, so I emailed the customer, told him all about it, etc., and said, doesn't matter, but you need to buy this car. So anyway, we ended up buying it today on Friday, and we've just been and picked it up, brought it back, and haven't cleaned it, haven't done anything. And this car is must have been owned by an older person. It's still got the old-fashioned, which was a option when new in 1990, to have the old-fashioned style mirrors instead of the door mirrors. That's probably the only down point about the vehicle. The good point about it is that it tells us what the type of owner was. Now the car is just absolutely like it came out of the factory. The dash is perfect. It's no no lifting. The steering wheel's like new. Everything's like new. The exterior, the door jambs and all that are just like brand new. No dirt, nothing. The underbody's just like brand new. And the rubbers around the windows and the plastic trim that runs around on all the Skylines of this age are all cracked and brittle. This one's just pure black, soft, and like brand new. So that's what the special thing is about it. Is you just don't see vehicles like this. Well, you do, but very rarely. Not a 25-year-old vehicle. This thing is a show winning example. Is probably the easiest way to put it, and I'm absolutely, anyway, I'll get underway with it. It's about 7:30 here now, so it's starting to get a bit late, but I wanted to get this done before I leave for the day. The aircon works, which I checked at when I was at the auction anyway. So it's perfect. It's still got the original radio, the original CD system in it, and it's always been a garaged car parked in the garage. It's just, I don't know, too clean. But anyway, we'll get underway. I don't know if you know about these, but the R32 GTS-4 is turbo, as well as it's actually quite handy having the mirrors up the front. You can use them as turning around to see where your guards are. But anyway, the 32 GTS-4 is turbo all-wheel drive. When they brought out the R33, the GTS-4 of the R33 is actually non-turbo. So it's only the R32s that were turbo in the GTS-4s. Jeez, this thing's like bloody brand new. Even smells new. So, streaking everything's alright. Yeah, so anyway, what else to say really about it? feel like you're going back in time. So what I'm doing under the test drive is just checking it changes gears correctly, clutch is good, it's not overheating, the drive line's working right on it, there's no noises, and the brakes are working. That's what we're looking for when we do the test drives. So I'll put some photos on the end of this video of it as well, because you wouldn't believe it, the brake calipers, whoever owned this, he must have sat there on Sunday afternoons polishing his brake calipers, because there's not a speck of dirt on them. So it changes gears nice. It's just lovely tight vehicle. Takes a bit of getting used to the mirrors up the front there, but actually the funny thing with it, you just move your eyes and you can look in the mirror instead of having to turn your head to look in the door mirror. But they are a bit old-fashioned looking. And what you can do is you can remove them obviously, and you've got two choices. You can either weld a little plate in there where the bolt's been through, and then you'd have to paint the guard, and you need to blend onto the door really to do it properly. And it would be a shame to paint it because it's the original paint on the car, and the paint's just amazing. The other way is, back years and years ago when I was in New Zealand, so I'm a Kiwi, when we used to bring, I never did, I was a teenager when the cars first started coming into New Zealand, they used to come in with these mirrors on them, and you used to be able to buy a chrome or a black blank that went over the holes. That's probably what I would do, is put those on it, and then I would put door mirrors on it. Original door mirrors, I wouldn't put aftermarket ones. I'd actually get either get some second-hand originals or some new originals. You can still get them new. That's what I'd actually do. Once you've done that, it would look completely different once the mirrors are gone from up the front. But like I said, the customer's going to, I'm pretty sure he's not keeping this for himself. I think he'll probably end up selling it. He's bringing it in obviously to make money out of it, which is fair enough, whatever they want to do. Whoever sees the car when he comes to sell it, I guarantee the first person that sees it will buy it. If they don't buy it, they're not really buyers, is probably the easiest way to put it, because you can't fault the thing. That's the thing. The only thing you could probably fault is maybe the price when the guy comes to sell it, but whatever he sells it for is up to him, and he should actually get very good money for it. Because if I wanted an R32 GTS-4, I would pay the money to get this one. So yes, it's got factory fog lights in the front as well, fitted, which work. I'm just dawdling behind this guy here, waiting for him to get out of the way. Like your GTR, these have a front torque gauge on them as well. So when the torque split to the front, the gauge will tell you how much. So it's very similar to, well, it's virtually exactly the same system as the GTR. Anyway, we'll just go back, make sure reverse works, which it does. Right, it's going to give it a bit more harder work just to make sure everything's right. And just going to give a brake test now. Perfect. God, it's so smooth. Oh, the gearbox is just perfect. quite well too for for a 2 litre. They're not as quick as the GTR obviously, but still pretty quick. I'd say back in 1990 they were the obviously the GTR was the bee's knees, but these were probably not far behind them. The clutch is all good, and just going to give it another brake test. She's now no hands on the steering wheel like that. Perfect. God, I wish some of the later vehicles, were as nice as this. Well, this road here is quite bumpy. There's no noise, no knocking noises. Dash doesn't creak, nothing. Anyway, that's that one done. I'll just back a bit. Right, so that's 1990 GTS-4 5-speed turbo all-wheel drive, done 68,000 Ks, and absolutely immaculate. Beautiful car. Okay, thank you guys. See ya.